Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Griever back here, bringing you a behind-the-bar review that is not a behind-the-bar review, technically, though still a manga review for Ayakashi Triangle, chapter number 5. Where I'm enjoying just the art style and all the different elements going on right now. Like these chapters are enjoyable. They're a bit of fluff right now at the start, but I mean, you look back at any of the major shonens, you kind of had a bit of fluff at the very beginning, maybe a little bit of darkness, a little bit of angsty teenage backstory, but suffice it to say, you don't exactly hit the ground running with something like the Soul Society arc with Aizen. You don't have the whole Madara thing in Naruto. You don't have, or the Pain thing. A lot of people really enjoy the Pain arc. You don't really hit that, right off the bat. We didn't have Arlong Park in One Piece at the very beginning, right? We had Alvida, we had Buggy, so. Right now, I still am holding out hope for this series because each chapter, while it's not really seemingly building to anything specifically, it's still each week seems to be an enjoyable chapter. So like chapter 5 here, we get the idea that this rival type character, I guess is what's his name here? He's Grandpa told me. I've already pulled up the chapter here. So, let's see. His name is Soga. So, Soga is part of the Nino Kuri, or Nino Kura. Kuru. Nino Kuru. The Nino Kuru Exorcist Ninja family, similar to the family that Masaki is from. So, which is the Kazumaki family. Now, so there are two Exorcist ninja groups and stuff, and we meet them, and it's much more surprising than I thought. At first, I was kind of like, okay, this is a very Shaman King, a very Ren sort of style, someone from a very prestigious household, but they've never met. No, these people actually met 6 months ago, and we start off right off the bat in this chapter with that, showcasing that when he first became a ninja, and first became an Exorcist ninja, he was just like, all right, well, I guess the masters of the household decided, I'll take you out for training sort of idea. He was very, me train you? Ridiculous. You're just, you're weak and stuff like that. And, I mean, Masaki just took it all in stride. He was like, yeah, whatever. He did not care. He was like, oh, well, you are so cool, man. You are so stoic and so cool, because it's that character arc that he looked up to. So, this character, as I said, Soga, he is all about, he's sort of going to be the rival character, the Gary Oak, the Vegeta, the Sasuke, the what have you. That's his job. And anyway, so they go forth sort of idea. Now, he is a year older than him. However, he found out that Masaki was very strong. He was like, this dude is actually really powerful. In their first mission, even though he was just an apprentice or a rookie, never really been on a true mission before, he's strong, and he had to acknowledge that. So then he realized that even though I'm a year older, like, this is the dude. Between the two of us, we can keep honing together and polish our skills. Like, they're skipping the whole arrogance arc. They're skipping the entirety of the rival backstory because it's been done 1,000 times and shown it, and I kind of appreciate that. If this is a long-running series, then I will really appreciate that because we know where it's leading. We've seen it all before. The rivalry that turns into bitter respect, that turns into friendship after so long, and comrades in arms, brothers in arms. They're skipping the initial part of the whole just an enemy, a rivalry with antagonistic feelings, and more. Soga realizes right away, he goes, we would compete with each other and grow stronger together. My friendly rival, the distinction right there, he's already acknowledged. I'm not out to kill this guy. I am out to be stronger than him or better than him, but we will constantly make each other better. As I proceed, if I leveled up to level 5, he'll get to level 6. Then that'll strive me to get to level 7. It'll be a building relationship, and that, it's going to be very interesting if we get this as a long-running series, for over 100 chapters sort of idea, because he can have a much more progressive, something that we haven't seen in a lot of rival characters in Shonen. What happens after that? Because that's the rival character's story, is going from the antagonist to acknowledging them as a friendly rival that makes them better and respecting our MC. That's usually the rival character arc from start to finish. we have a rival character that's already at the beginning. So he's already completed that. He didn't go through that arc. So, or he did, but he did it boom, 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 6 months done. So, and we're starting off hitting the ground running in that respect. So it'll be extremely interesting as to where they'll take that character trope, that archetype from here. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be new, because you can't honestly tell me we've ever seen after the fact. Don't give me Boruto and all their crap or anything like that. I'm talking real manga. I'm talking real characters. When was the last time we actually had a rival character and saw what happened after the finale of the series? After they came full circle with their rivalry and their respect and their friendship. So this is really going to be interesting if handled well, because I don't think we've ever seen this. So really interesting that. Then, of course, we jump. So this whole chapter is from Soga's perspective here. And I don't mind it, because I find he's got an interesting design. He's got the shark teeth. He's very reminding me of Agito from Air Gear. He's got the shark teeth, sort of the slanted eyes, that kind of idea. I mean, he's a year older. Apparently, he goes to the exact same school. He even says, I was looking forward to you entering this school. I thought we'd train together and bring out the best in each other. See, once again, the rival character that's already gone through the 300 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, the 300 episodes of Naruto, the 300 episodes of Bleach. We already have our rival character who's gone through the arcs. He's done. He's ready. This is going to be super interesting. I hope they handle this extremely well. I believe in the mangaka who wrote Black Cat. I can see this doing extremely well. So I'm here for this. But we're seeing that, of course, Masaki was turned into a girl, and she's being, groped and stuff, and it's just like, Suzu, do something, now stop it. And he goes, look at you now, my rival. He's extremely irritated by this, because he's realizing, he's not that he thinks the whole women thing is inferior, because at first that's what I thought. He was like, look at you now, playing around as a girl, like you should have stomped out this thing. Like, it's not that he's one of those sexist type of people, which is what I first thought. I was like, okay, because his rival turned into a woman, she must be weaker, and that's what we're going to go on that stereotypical line. No, as we go through this, as we continue to read the chapter, we see that he is simply after Shirogane, because during this chapter, he goes on to say, when he confronts Masaki, who didn't know that they were at the school, says, you can't help that you were transformed into a chick. That's part of our job. It happened. You were up against the king of the yokai. But the fact of the matter is that you're holding yourself back. You have decided to. We were on the same wavelength. We were on the same path. Destroy the evil ones. It didn't seem, because he clearly, he makes a distinction here, even sort of like Suzu does. He makes a distinction that there are evil ones. He clearly, I've never heard him say all Ayakashi or all yokai must be destroyed. He claims the ones that harm humans. So he makes that distinction. Shirogane is definitely one. The king of the yokai, definitely one who does this. So he can't understand how his rival would allow this to live for personal reasons, for a grudge and stuff. So he's like, I will kill Shirogane and your possibility, so you can get your head out of the clouds and you can focus. I don't care that you would turn into a chick. I care that you're this weak-willed. My rival shouldn't be like this. He's got so much respect for Masaki, who's even a year younger and was not full-fledged before he was, but he's realizing he believes that the focus has been torn, like the direction that the main character should be on. So it's really interesting. We do get some comedic moments here where his face, scares a classmate into wanting to give the money. We also get Shirogane, being attacked and everything by, of course, our new rival type of character, Soga. And so Masaki automatically recognizes him, so he goes to the school too. He's like, all right, well, he's from a prestigious clan, so they're running together. He's like, hey, what's going on? Why are you trying to kill Shirogane? And this is where we get that entire thing that I was talking about. He goes, 6 months ago on our mission together, we were attacked by a strong, tough group, but you held the conviction to never forgive the Ayakashi that terrorized humans. That's what I'm talking about, the specifics, the ones that actually hurt humans. You and I, we battled it out. We were back to back. We won this whole thing. I felt your heat, that gust of blazing wind that would never stop blowing inside of you. And, I mean, talking about, wind, being that they are the Kazumaki clan and their kind of focus is wind, whereas the Kuro clan is more like speed or lightning in that respect, or lightning speed. So he even says, this is what I'm talking about. At first, it would have been so easy for this chapter to go on the line of, you've turned into a girl, now you're weak, sort of idea, and just be that one-dimensional character. But no, there's nothing you can do about being turned into a girl. But allowing a dangerous Ayakashi to live for such a personal reason, because you want to go back to being a guy, now that is inexcusable. He actually is fine. He's like, I don't care that you gender swapped. That's irrelevant. You're still strong. You're still you. I can't believe that you would we battle bad Ayakashi, bad yokai, and you are literally allowing, with the possibility, you are allowing the king of yokai to live, when you have the opportunity to slaughter him, to kill him, to, exercise him. And you're choosing not to, for personal gain. And his honor code can't stand behind that. And you can kind of feel that a little bit here, because he said, I'll end the life on you being a male, so you can basically get back to what you were and focus. So that he catches up to Shirogane, who was running away and stuff. But we also have Masaki. They kind of do a thing, and this is where Masaki basically says, he stops him from killing Shirogane, and he says, I can't have him dying on me. I made a promise to Suzu, and because she wants me to go back to being a guy, so it's not really my personal reason. It's just that I made a promise. And I mean, in retrospect, it's still a personal reason. It's a promise to a friend, which is personal. It's not for his own selfish gain, because if we remember, Masaki was willing to kill Shirogane and just end it all right there. Suzu asked him not to, so it's still a selfish reason, but the personal gain is more for keeping a promise to a friend, which is something that should be respected, I suppose. So it's an interesting dynamic. This new character brings a lot to the forefront. As I said, I'm so interested because it's the rival character introduced early on, like most standard shonen, but who has already been through the Vegeta, who has already been through the Sasuke, who has already been through the Uryu, who has already been through all of that type of rivalry, that archetype, that trope, already been through it. But we're just starting the manga. So I'm super interested here, and it's funny because we do get kind of everybody in this thing, there's going to be, I have a feeling, no Chads in the entirety of this manga, because once again, we get Soga, who's so cool, and we get him, and we understand him, and I like his design. I think he's pretty cool. But of course, that's when we get the fan service shot, the panty shot sort of idea, and that's when, of course, he is unable at the very end. Even Shirogane is like, you're so shameless. You showed him your panties. That's why he ran away, because he was unwilling to, I'm going to defeat you, and then he just couldn't handle it, and he said, we'll put a hold on this matter, and he's like, what? And that's when he even realized, I'm so juvenile, and the last line of the chapter is, Soga Ninokuro has zero experience with women, so he's uncultured in that respect of life. So this is going to probably be the trope from now on. Once again, I think we'll have those comedy elements, but I'm really hoping that Soga actually goes through a bit of a character arc, because we've really never seen that rival character do that. I'm sure there is some in manga, and I'm probably not thinking of them offhand, but when you consider the popular ones, the most well-renowned, that is their arc, going from antagonist to bitter rival to sort of brother in arms. That's the entirety of their character throughout the whole series, any shonen series. And now we're seeing something a little different. We're going off left field here. So I really like this chapter. I think it's probably one of the best ones so far out of the 5 that we have so far, because we're really establishing our cast of characters, which always takes time. You give every series about a volume. You give every series about a volume to introduce your antagonist, your main cast, your characters, your rival, that kind of deal, and then, introduce the power system, and then we start going forth with a main arc. It happened in Bleach, it happened in Naruto, it happened in most Toriko, it happened in One Piece. So I think we're going to be all good here. So either way, Ayakashi chapter number 5 was, Ayakashi Triangle chapter 5 was a very good chapter. I hope you guys are still reading it. I hope you pick it up. If you haven't, it's really, really good. Like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Griever. Honestly, this is probably the longest chapter review so far out of all of them, but I feel like this one really warranted it because it means there's more to talk about, there's more to discuss, and we're only 5 chapters in. If I can make a 12-15 minute review out of one chapter that's only got 5 chapters to talk about, then that's a good sign. It's good that there's so much there in a 18-page chapter to discuss. So that being said, once again, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys pick up the series if you haven't already, and you continue to read along with me if you already picked it up back in chapter 1. So thank you guys so much. Drink responsibly as always. This has been Griever signing out. Later, guys.